So today we're going to be talking a little bit about what we do at Torrey Pines Dermatology to help prevent pain during procedures. People's biggest fear in coming in to have a procedure done is that it's going to hurt and they won't be able to tolerate it. So we want to show you what we do here at Torrey Pines Dermatology to really make sure that the patients are comfortable through every procedure that we do. One of the first things that we do for everyone, regardless of whether it's Botox, filler, laser, or any other procedure, is we put topical numbing cream on. We have a special topical numbing cream formulated for our office that we have made that gives extra potent numbing to the face. And usually we have the patients buy the numbing cream before they leave after their consultation with us and put it on an hour before the procedure to make sure that they're completely numb before we do anything. The second thing we use a lot around here is something called the Zimmer. As you can see, it's a machine that blows cold air onto the skin. And in essence, it kind of freezes the skin prior to our doing any types of procedures on the face or any other part of the body. We use it for fillers, we use it for Botox, lasers, and sometimes even surgeries to make sure that patients are comfortable while we're numbing them. And then the third thing we always do is something called the distraction technique. We'll show you in a minute how we distract the skin as we're introducing the filler to make sure that the patient doesn't feel it. So you can see we now have our patient unnumbed. We've carefully hibiclensed her entire face to get her ready for her filler procedure. And today we're going to be doing a little bit of filler around the lip area. Before we get started, we always carefully mark the areas where we're going to be working. And then before I introduce the filler, I always want to make sure that they get a little bit of injectable numbing as well so that they don't even feel the actual filler needle. So first we put a little drop of saline in that skin, right where the drop is. Same thing on the other side. Just a little drop of saline. And that prepares the skin for the lidocaine and makes the lidocaine sting even less. And then we put just a little drop of lidocaine in, right where we'll be putting the introducer needle prior to using the cannula. Same thing on this side. A little drop of lidocaine. So as you can see, we do everything we possibly can to make sure the patient's comfortable before we start the procedure. And once the patient has numb areas where we're going to be using the introducer needle, we go ahead and we put the little introduction needle in the skin in the numb area. They shouldn't feel this at all. Is that hurting at all? No. And one of the reasons we like the cannula so much is that it too is less painful, there's less bruising, and it's much, much safer than using a regular needle. So we use our cannula for almost all of our filler procedures. And again, you can see I'm distracting the skin as we go in with the needle. Sorry, with the cannula, the blunt tip cannula. And we're able to really make the patients comfortable for this filling procedure. And have you turn your head a little bit to the left. With the cannula, we can reach all kinds of different areas without having to repuncture the skin, just through a single introducer needle site. And also kind of turn the cannula around through the same entry point, and you can reach a different area of the skin. Go ahead and open your mouth slightly. Again, we kind of pinch the skin and distract it as we're getting into a new area. You can see that makes it much more comfortable for the patients. And under normal circumstances, we would have poked her at least 10 or 15 times by now. But with the use of the cannula, we can really take that pain away and make it much more comfortable of a procedure. So we've already completed one side, and then we'll be moving to the other side to repeat the same process. So as you can see, all these techniques together really make the patient much more comfortable for any of the procedures that we do here at Torrey Pines Dermatology and make the experience a much more pleasant one for the patient.